Good morning, hello, welcome to Australian Avocados. I'm Jason, and we've got a 4-claw pendant, classic little pendant, which I'd like to show you because it is one of those very great staples of design that has been around literally for centuries, and we will just keep making for as long as God grants us the grace to continue in business. And the reason it is so popular is because of its simplicity. Those little 4 claws with a fixed bail. Look at that little fixed bail onto the basket underneath. So that area underneath the gemstone, that's called the basket. The little top part that the chain goes through, that's called the bail. And the open back there is such a simple classic design. It's pretty much indestructible. I mean, you'd have to work really hard to damage a little pendant like this. You can wear it in any types of conditions, but this is 7 by 5 mil. So if you see anything on our website and you're looking at the millimeters, the millimeter reference is talking about generally the opal. Okay, so 7 by 5 is just a term that we use. In opal, we don't use the carat weight as much, especially in triplets. We use the millimeter size, and that's just tradition. Because at the end of the day, the weight isn't really relevant for a triplet or a doublet because it's got those additional parts, the quartz crystal cap, the black opal back, but the size is very relevant, and this is called a calibrated size. Now, it's just a technical jewelry term to mean that all of our pendants that actually are part of this range are all exactly the same size. So they've all got that exact 7 by 5 size, and there will be some variances in the color. Now, when we put together our ranges, we work really hard to make sure that what you see on the online example is either exactly the one that you're going to get, or it's pretty much the same color as the one that you're going to get. So you can see this example here, they're all in the same color palette, the same zone, if you like, the same grade. They're exactly identical as much as the color proportions and mixes. Now, every opal is different, so there will be variances, but the variances should not be beyond a fair and reasonable estimation of color. So I'll give you another example. I love this setting so much. I love a half bezel. Now, a bezel setting is where you have the metal all the way around the opal, okay? It completely surrounds it like a frame around a picture. This is what we call a half bezel. It's a little bit of metal at either end that sort of acts like a top and tail and just keeps that nice and secure. And then we have a nice, in this one we've actually got a close back. Because the bezel is so open, I decided to actually put more surface area around so the glue will really hold it on the back there. But the bezel setting, this one I wanted to show you as an example because here we have, again, some colors that are all in exactly the same match. Now when you buy something online, this will be the red-blue color tonality. So we'll have red, we'll have blue, and again, that will really vary depending on which one you get. As the colors leap out and roll around, you see different flashes, different colors, as opposed to a green tone. Now, green tone is pretty much just this green that we see here. You can see that lovely little green. That's just a little bit of blue green, and we tend to split them up on the website and show you a photo of each. So you have a look at both photos, make sure you make a note. You can either select one variant or the other, or you just decide which one you're going to get. But look, the color selection we make is we make sure that all of them have got great color, they're really well presented, and that there's no trickery. We don't ever want to be accused of advertising something with a lot of color and then you get it and it's just dead flat. That's a real risk, obviously, because all the opals are different. So we do work really hard in that, and yeah, happy to take your feedback if you buy something and you think, oh, maybe I got the blue and red one and I wanted maybe a green. We're happy to swap it out for you. That's not an issue. So happy to help you out there. So that's the half bezel, one of my favorite designs. I love the elegance of it. I love that it's modern, yet it's conservative. I love that it's not crying out you know, look at me, it's just a nice little clean finish, and it leaves that side open so you can always see exactly what's going on the side of the opal. And I think that's really cool. I really like that that's the way that works. It's something I really enjoy. It's one of my favorite designs. Also with the half bezel, you can actually get really creative when you hand make something. Those little oversized little bezel-y sections, or oversized, you can go from an oversized claw right up to a whole section, and it can get really fun to actually sort of use the half bezel to grab different parts of an opal. It really opens up the design potential massively, which is great. Now, I would be hard pressed to decide between a half bezel or a full bezel with a lot of color, because when you get a full bezel and you've got a lot of bright color, again, 7x5 mil, it's really hard to beat. And when you get bright, look at the color in that, bright fire, we call that. Now the fire in the opal, again, is that color that really leaps out when you're, you know, out of the strong light. So if you look at, you know, me putting a shadow over that, you can still see the red. It just still leaps out from the gem. Obviously it's brighter with the bright lights, because that's, you know, the nature of opal, but good gem opal will still have fire even in that semi-dark. You see how that still has the fire popping up, and that's the miners test that really tells you that it's a real gem, really good gem color. Look at that rolling flash. That never gets old, does it, to have that beautiful rolling flash color? Oh, that's just so fantastic. And to have that on a pendant, the beauty of that is that it stands out. Opal really is a standout gem. Even a small piece like that will stand out from 6 to 8 feet away, because it just grabs your attention, which really makes it so fantastic. So I love that about a bezel. Hard to beat a simple bezel. Fixed bail, open back, nice little plate there to sort of secure the back, but nice fixed bail. Now we do swivel bails and bails that move and give sort of movement. Look, metals do wear out over time. I have this pet hate where I'm not a huge fan of the thing called the jump ring. I don't think I've got an example here, but jump ring is where you actually connect the bail to the pendant with a ring, and it's just a little bit thoughtless in my humble opinion, because of the advances in design and tech. I love to do, this is one that we don't have online at the moment, but I'll just show you. That's a jump ring that I've sort of tried to hide with the ring sort of like being surrounded on the bar, but I won't get too technical about that. I just like to do innovations that give you a little bit more of a nuance and hide the pin, swivel the pin inside the setting. There's a few things, might do that on the next slide, but a fixed bail on a small piece is great. Fixed bail, which means the pendant bail, this top part here, is secured and fastened to the bezel setting permanently. There's no movement, because there's enough movement and the pendant moves around as you wear it, and that gives you the flash. It just means it's really resilient, very strong, very wearable, because we are concerned about the longevity of a piece of jewelry. We make jewelry to last. We want it to be worn for years and years, and you know, sometimes people will ask me to make things that really get on the borderline of, it's a little bit risky too. Like when you make a band, I want my band 0.7 of a mil thick. And it's like, oh, come on, this is really risky. It's just, there's not enough strength in the alloy. So these are made to be worn for a long time, made to be enjoyed for a long time. And that's just part of the process. We would intentionally reject a design if it was too flimsy. And I remember buying a piece of jewelry online once because it looked really amazing. It was like $80 for some gold ring or whatever it was, a couple of $100. I thought, wow, that looks amazing. And I got the piece of jewelry and you could literally bend it with your fingers. It was that thin. It was like literally you could just bend it without any pressure. It was just total online con, and there's a lot of those that go on. So we do like to give you quality and good color, especially good color. So a pendant like that and a pair of earrings with matching color, something like this, it's just, how good is that? I mean, that is just the most amazing combination. that's everyday wear, and that goes for any age. I mean, I've got customers from 13 to 80 that buy this design because it is so timeless, it's so wearable, and it just matches so well. A little pair of stud earrings like that. And what I love, the reason I hero Opal so much, I'm such a fan, is that compared to a diamond, ruby, emerald, pick your other gem, these are by far more beautiful. I mean, there is just no debate. You put any gemstone in a small little bezel like this and compare it to an opal, and opal is going to win hands down every time. Because look at it. Just look at that guy. Look at the color. Look at the beautiful rolling flashes. The reds, the greens, the oranges. They are so unique, so beautiful, so individual. That's what I love about it. So I would suggest, if I had to make one piece of jewelry and get rid of everything else, it would be this. It'd be a simple bezel set, and I'd just make them in different sizes. But that would be my go-to favorite design. Now, you might say, oh, but it's so simple. It's just so, there's nothing to it. It's just a bezel. Well, there's a lot of years of feedback. I mean, decades of feedback from you, the customer, that leads me to that conclusion. I mean, literally decades, because when I was a kid, my dad used to do ranges of jewelry that were, umpteen thousands. I mean, literally thousands of different designs. I mean, I kid you not. We had everything. It was a smorgasbord of choice, and they were all incredibly ornate and all sorts of different designs, and it was just, it's just too much. And sure, they were popular, and yes, people sort of resonated to different pieces, but over the years, we just learnt through your feedback, you the customer telling us, you know what, this is what we want. Why? Because it's the opal that is the absolute miracle of colour and creativity. It's the opal that has the beauty, not some fancy design that we can put around it. Now, if you want fancy design, yeah, get a bespoke item, get it, we'll make it for you, we'll design it, do all sorts of amazing designs. But this is just classic beauty, so it really works well as what we call a staple. Now, we started this off with the claw setting, that 4-claw setting. I would have to say that the earring, and this is a blue-green range that we've got, blue-green earrings in triplets. These are a lot larger. These ones are, what's that? 10 by 8, which is a classic design size in opal. 10 by 8's like the opal, ABC. It's the real classic size. And please excuse my raggedy little tabs there. We put these in lovely boxes when you actually buy it. We'll have to remember to show you one of those packaging boxes next time we do this. But look at that amazing color. Again, classic 4-claw setting. I'll take one of these off. And what we have here is, again, that classic basket underneath with we call it the under rail of the basket, and the 4 claws, and then just some beautiful classic color, beautiful rolling blue-green flash on this one. Really, really bright, really lovely. When you get that blue-green and that angle, that just comes alive. It's just got so much, and that's great for an earring. Now, earrings will be, look, it is quite normal for us anyway to put 2 earrings that are similar rather than identical, because again, to get identical opal, it's near impossible. So we'll put opals that have, like, they've both got, blue-green flashes on them. In that example, beautiful blue-green flashes, but if you looked at them closely, the blue-greens are identical in tone and hue and saturation, but they are different patterns. So, and that's just because of the nature of the blue-green, but beautiful as a pair. I mean, a fantastic pair. And we do that with all of our earring pairs. We match them according to, this one got a bright green and then goes very deep blue, and that is quite normal for our earring pairs. It's just the way we have to put them together. So a little bit of a tidbit of information there. But look, the only time you're ever going to really look at a pair side by side like that is, when you look at it first in the box and you get it. Normally it'll be, 2 sides completely separated anyway. So look, it is a thing, and you want to have it close, but just remember, opal is so incredibly rare that no two are ever going to be the same, even if they're a pair, which we love about Opal. So hope you've enjoyed those couple of pieces. Hope you have a fantastic adventure as you look into the Opals and search through our ranges and explore what we've got. Please reach out and ask us questions. If you see something you like somewhere else and you want to know if we've got it, reach out and ask us. We're always here to help you. So have a fabulous day and we'll see you next time.